Today we're going to talk about some of the most common shipping issues and how to go about resolving them, as well as look at yesterday's sales. Yo, YouTube. I've been asked by a couple viewers to address some shipping issues that are currently out there and provide some guidance on how to handle those. So I'm going to take a look at that today. We do have a good chunk of sales. So the first thing I want to talk about is a claim. I think this is the one that kind of gets everybody away. It's not real clear on how to process a claim when you have a loss or damaged package. So let's say you go ahead and ship this card to a customer. It gets there, it's all mangled up. They send you a photo and say, hey man, this thing is not mint anymore. Don't know what happened to it, but it is damaged. You'll need to file a claim for that. Or consequently, you ship a package, it's got some tracking, and the tracking just ends and it never gets delivered. And it's past 15 days. That's key. It has to be past 15 days of expected delivery date for you to file the claim. But it's very simple. You go to what's called PIP claim, and it's the web address, and I'll put it on the screen here, pip-claim.com, and it's a really simple form you have to fill out. It has just a couple of pieces of information that are required in order to get the claim processed, and then you submit it. You do have to have a PayPal address because that's how they're going to reimburse you for the claim. You submit it, and within 48 hours you'll have the amount of the claim deposited into your PayPal account. I've used this several times because unfortunately things do get lost, stolen. The post office just doesn't get it through the delivery system. Things get damaged, so forth. And the more you do selling, the more you're going to have these claims to file. So the only thing that's required to fill out on the PIP claim form is your eBay user ID, the customer's first and last name, the tracking number. So if it's eBay standard envelope, it's going to be the ESUS tracking number that's right inside eBay's order details screen. And then you have to say what the loss was. Was it all, or why you're filing the claim, I should say. Is it a loss? Is it a damage? And then you also have to have the PayPal address. You have to enter your PayPal address and where you want the funds deposited. You have to enter your first and last name. That is required. These are all required fields in order to complete it. And then you also have to attach two documents. You have to attach the order details screen. So I just simply print to PDF. I go right to that order page. As soon as the customer messages me and says, hey, I never got this thing, and I check tracking and it's clearly lost, damaged, or whatever the case may be where you know you're going to have to file a claim, I go right to that order detail screen and I print it as a PDF so that I have the full order details screen to attach to the claim. And you just hit the choose file, pick that PDF, attach it to your claim form, and you're good on that one. And then the other one you have to attach is the conversation with the customer. Now this one's a little bit more complicated because it doesn't, your messages don't show up very well on the desktop version of eBay. So usually what I'll do is I pull up the conversation on my phone, I'll screenshot it, I'll just send it to my desktop, my email, whatever, download that as a PDF, and then I attach that. So a little bit more steps. Maybe there's a more efficient way to do it that you guys know about that I'm not doing. Feel free to leave feedback here. But that's how I do it. I found it to be pretty efficient. It only takes me a few seconds to fill out a claim form, and 9 times out of 10 they've been paid for me. So go ahead and submit that, and it'll send you an email saying, yep, we got your claim, and the screen will say, after you hit file the claim, your screen will say, file submitted or something to that effect, and then you're done. That's it. That's all it takes. Okay, our first sale here is an Danny Amendola 2016 Panini card. It's the green parallel that is serial numbered. You can see serial numbering right there. Out of $1.99, and I sold this for $1.99. The next issue of shipping you'll run into pretty often is a customer that says, hey, this says this package was delivered, but I don't have it. So of course they're alarmed right away. It says delivered. They go out to the mailbox. There's nothing in there, and they don't know where it is. They assume it's either misdelivered or stolen or something. And that's generally not the case. Usually if it says delivered or out for delivery, it's just scanned to go onto a delivery truck. It doesn't mean that it's actually being left out, or sent out for delivery. So you want to try to encourage the customer to wait a couple days before they file a claim or leave a negative feedback or do something like that. For the most part, it'll be delivered within the next day or two. Make sure you have good communication with them. Reply to them as soon as you can when they say, hey, I'm worried my package says it was delivered and it didn't get here. You don't want to leave them out in the cold on that one. You definitely want to acknowledge their concern and just let them know. Usually what I say is something to the effect of, oh, yep, I've run into this before. It even happens to me on packages I'm waiting for. It just gets scanned as being delivered and it's not really out for delivery yet. It's in the truck system. And that will usually quell them enough to wait a day or two and let you know from there. Now, I have had it before where I've gotten that comment. I said, well, let's wait a little bit. And lo and behold, it never arrives. Then you go back to refunding the customer and filing that PIP claim for a lost item. Next sale is a 1974 Topps football card, and this is a Rex Kern, and it sold for $2.99. One of the biggest things that I think sellers have problems with is not shipping fast enough. We should be able to ship orders within a day if you're trying to be a big time seller. I do 1-day shipping. You do get a discount from eBay as long as you're a top rated seller plus business, which I am. So I do the 1 day to get the discount on the final value piece. So it's nice to save some money on the eBay cost side. But more importantly, it forces me to ship every day, make sure I get those orders out as soon as possible. The time is where the customer service expectations start growing. If you don't ship for 3 days and you start getting the messages of, hey, did you get my payment? Are you going to ship this thing? You start getting, people waiting, checking the mailbox every day. It doesn't show up. Hey, when is this thing getting here? Maybe leave, start leaving a feedback, filing claims, doing things like that. You're going to end up with more customer service than you would if you just shipped the items as soon as you possibly could. Next is this Hoops Michael Jordan card. Got a big stack of these in my big Jordan buy a couple months ago. This is 1990-91, I think, Hoops. Anyway, this sold for $3.99. I want to talk a little bit about something outside of your control for shipping, and that's weather challenges, construction challenges, holidays, things that you can't force the shipping service to work through at the time. eBay has exceptions for that. They'll even send it out. They'll say, hey, due to hurricane such and such, these are the shipping exceptions. Due to this winter storm, such and such, here's your exceptions for shipping. They will also help you if you receive any neutral or negative comments from a customer based on those shipping issues. And that goes for any shipping issue, really. So you shipped it, it says delivered, customer says they didn't get it, and they leave you negative feedback that they never got the item. Well, you did your part. It was shipped, it was tracked, it showed delivered. Tell eBay that, hey, I don't know what happened here, but this comment shouldn't stand, and they'll take it off right away. Same thing with, the weather exclusions and other things out of your control. Go to the link under the seller help section, that feedback removal requests link. You click on that, enter the transaction or the feedback that you're trying to get removed or changed, and just, it'll ask you for a reason why you think it should be removed, and just select the appropriate one. So for this topic here, you'd select, things out of my control, meaning whether it was delivered but the customer didn't get it, stuff like that. That's the selection you're going to want to make for them to review it as something that you couldn't do anything about, and therefore shouldn't have to suffer the feedback for that issue in the transaction. I often get the question, do you list every card you get, or do you sell some in at shows and discount boxes? Do you lot stuff up and sell it off? Do you list it at a different website? I, for the most part, now I will list everything on eBay, because you never know what will sell, and the bigger you get, and the more inventory you have, the wider the type of card you can sell. And what I mean by that is, let's say you have a buyer that's looking for Broncos cards. Well, you might sell a bunch of Broncos lineman base 1990 Topps cards that you would think no one would ever want to buy, but they need that to complete parts of their Broncos collection, for example. So as long as you're offering coupons and bulk discounts and things like that, you should be able to sell those cards. And the reason I bring that up is this is an example here. This is Garrison Hearst. Now, this is a cool looking card, which is why I wanted to list it in the first place. But this is from 1995 Playoff Absolute. Acetate, die cut. It's got the team helmet in the background. Pretty cool looking card. But a lot of people wouldn't list this because it's Garrison Hearst. Never really had a career, didn't do much in the NFL. But it's a cool looking card, and maybe there's a Cardinals collector out there, or a Garrison Hearst collector out there, or a college that he went to. I can't remember what college he went to, but anyway, you might be surprised. You'll get some demand for a card like this, and sure enough, I did. This sold, and I just listed it. Let's see, when did I list this? June 22nd, so it hasn't even been 2 months. Well, it's been 2 months, basically, for it to sell. So it sold within 60 days even, and almost at my asking price. It sold for $269. And the last shipping issue, but certainly not the least, that I wanted to talk about today is your packaging and your own shipping. Now, what I've learned in doing this over a few years is there are some right ways and some wrong ways, especially with eBay standard envelope, because the rules are a little bit strict on that. So my suggestion is you have to use a number 10 envelope. I tried using number 6s for a long time, and I was having problems with them here and there from the post office. I don't know why the longer envelope is so important. The only thing I can think of is they want it to be able to bend in half. If you put a card in here, you can bend this envelope in half, and it'll get through all the rollers for their machines. The other is weight. Make sure that you're buying the right stamp based on the weight. So if it's 1.9 ounces, make sure you're buying a 2 ounce shipping. If it's 2.8 ounces, make sure you're buying a 3 ounce shipping. You can get a cheap little food scale anywhere. This one I like because it measures in 3 different units. It measures in pounds, ounces, and kilograms, and grams. Because it's a food scale, it should measure down to pretty small amounts, which is handy when you're only doing a couple ounces at a time anyway with your mail. But I usually have it set on ounces, and it'll do up to a tenth of an ounce. So I'll put something on it, it'll say 4.2, and then I know I have to buy 5 ounces of postage. So it's real simple. It just sits on one corner of my desk. After I, fill the envelope, I throw the envelope right on it. Gives me a weight, and grab the envelope and then ship it out. Most of them, if you're shipping a single card, you're going to be fine at an ounce. It's when you start getting to more multiple cards, or a thicker card, or a metal card, or something like that. Those are probably the biggest things that will bring you issues of getting your shipments returned to you, or the customer getting asked for additional funds to pay for the postage, which customers hate that, so obviously. Especially when you're buying a card for $1 and now they get the envelope and it says you owe 48 cents shipping or something like that. So make sure you have the right materials, using a number 10 envelope, use a nice clean shipping supply. I use these Elite card savers, and tape it really good so it's not sliding around in there, falling out of the holder. And make sure you have the envelope sealed and put a nice clean label on it. I do suggest using a thermal label printer. I know some people print directly to envelopes. That's not a bad idea either if you want to do like laser envelope printing. But the labels work really well. They look good on the envelope. I can show this one here. They look good on the envelope. Your postage is right up here. It has their address on it. I always seal it over the opening side, so this is the normal side where you would address. I always fill it on, or attach it to the opening side. That way it's pretty much tamper-proof, right? You'd have to go through the label in order to open this envelope or reseal it or whatever you're going to do with it. And as you can see, folds in half just fine. So if you take those measures, make sure your thickness is right. It's got to be under 1/4 of an inch thick to go as eBay standard envelope. If it feels like it's too high, this is generally what I do. If it feels like it's too high, split up how many cards you have put together and then start expanding out your shipping. So if it's too many cards to fit in one side of this envelope, then I use 2 card savers and I put some on each side. If it's too many for that envelope, then I graduate to a 6x9 where I can fit 3 stacks of card savers with cards in it. Basically, my limit then is like 15 to 16 cards, depending on how thin they are, max to go in one of those 6x9s, and those are generally a 3-ounce postage. So they still qualify for eBay standard envelope, which is key. Anything above that, it's going to be a package. You're going to have to use USPS Ground Advantage and ship accordingly. Next sale is a 1998 Top Stars Derek Jeter, and this is the red parallel. You can see the foil is in red there, and his name is in red on the top. These are all numbered out of 97, 99, so pretty high number, 10,000 copies essentially. And this one sold for $4. So that's it. I believe those are the major shipping issues, and I wanted to address those today. Let me know down below what you think of this. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you have different ways of doing things? Is there other issues you faced? Shipping is forever changing. The cost of it, the methods of it, the accepted materials of it. So it's something we have to really stay on top of year after year after year after year. I think it's important to go over what's hitting us right now and what can we do to prevent any issues going forward. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel so you can see any of the future videos. Ring the bell so you get notified of those future videos. Join our Discord. It is the dollarbox is the name of the server. You can easily find us on there. I do have a link in the description below on how to get to the Discord. I do have the Patreon. If you want to find a way to give to the channel, you can join the Patreon there for a small monthly fee. Our first card show is upon us in 2 weeks. We have the GOAT show in Green Bay at the Riverside Ballroom from 9 to 2 o'clock. Tables are filling up fast. We've got a few left. We've got some great giveaways that we've come up with. We're trying to tie to a charity to do something for them. So more words on that coming soon. Let's do a few more shipments and then we'll call this video a wrap. So the next one is a Pac-Man sticker card. I haven't sold one of these in a little bit. They were super hot for me for a while. I picked up some at the National. I haven't listed them yet. I was just thinking about this yesterday as I was doing non-sport listings. Should get those up because usually as soon as I list them, I get some sales. But I did get a sale on this one here. Sold for $2.99. With Judge just crushing the ball again this year, Judge orders have been up. I have a nice 10-card Judge order here. First is a 22 optic base, a 21 Topps opening day, a 22 or 23 Topps Chrome, I should say. This is 2018 from the All-Star Game, Topps Chrome. 21 Topps Big League. This is the Souvenirs, the 468-foot home run. Superstars Duos out of Stadium Club. This one I think is really cool, the AL Home Run Special, and it's got Roger Maris and Aaron Judge on there. I also really like these, the roll call, the spray painted nameplate cards from Big League. This is from 21, I think it's 21, Topps Heritage. And then last but not least, this is from 2020 Prism base. And those sold for $35.90. Sometimes I'm amazed at how fast a card will sell that doesn't seem like an important card or a card that should sell fast. That's the case here. I've got a 2000 Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion Carl Pickens. I got a stack of these Gold Medallion cards in my big box buyout, so I've got like 2 to 4 cents into this card, and it sold for $1.99 within a day. It sold the same day. I really love it when I get a multi-card order and it's very eclectic. I just think it's a lot of fun. So that's what we have in this case here. It's 12 cards sold for $60.88. And the first ones are a couple of the Score Halloween football cards. So we've got a Quinyon Mitchell rookie card there. And then we've got a Cooper DeJean, the Pumpkins parallel, as well as a Cooper DeJean Bats parallel. We've got a Cameron Brink from the VIP Panini pack that I got at the National. Dan Marino Top Stars Silver, numbered out of 3,999. A Kate Ledecky insert from the Topps Chrome Olympics. Ilona Maher, rugby star for Team USA. The blue refractor parallel, numbered out of 150. A 98 or 97 EX baseball, Scott Rowland. 2002 SPX, Jerome Bettis. Just base cards here. EX 2000s, this is 96-97 basketball Sharif Abdur Rahim rookie. Ray Lewis out of Fleer box score. This is the silver foil parallel or rainbow foil parallel, whatever you want to call it. And this is numbered out of 100. And last but not least, a Skybox Premium Allen Iverson. Got another nice eclectic order here. This is 9 cards for $23.91. It's not quite as big a cards as the other one, but lots of fun. So we've got a Tina Turner from Pro Set Music Stars. We've got a Beavis and Butthead card here, Hog Gone Wild. Or Born to Hog Wild, sorry. And that's the European edition with the purple border. Aretha Franklin as a Hollywood Starline card. Jim Backus from Hollywood Starline. An Emmett Smith All-American Prism insert. Just listed those the last couple days. A 2011 Allen and Ginter. This is George Washington Carver. Was a big inventor in his time. The Ren and Stimpy Prism card. The Ren with the question mark. The circles parallel, as I like to call it, circles. A 2000 Pacific Aurora Brett Favre, and then one more circles parallel prism Ren and Stimpy, The Untamed World. Got a single Favre card sale here, 1999 Donruss Preferred QB, and this sold for $1.61. Another sale of some cards that I just listed a couple days ago. This Don Mattingly Flair, 1994 Flair, I believe. And this 1995 SP, Upper Deck SP. I got these for $0.25 a piece before discount. So probably 18 cents, 20 cents. Bought a fair amount from this dealer. And I sold both of these for $4.98. Sold this Elite face-to-face Calvin Johnson and Patrick Peterson from 2014 Elite for $2.99. I sold a Gremlin sticker. It's this one here with Gizmo in the pink Barbie car, and it sold for $1.99. Got an Eli Manning sale, 2018 playoff insert. This is Playoff Heroes. This lovely little foil insert here. Sold for $4.99. We got our first Sports Illustrated for Kids sale of the day, and it's this Chris Pronger card from 2007, I believe. Yep. Sold for $1.99. Got another Chrome Olympics sale here. It says Kevin Durant with Team USA, of course, and that's sold for $2.99. Starting to regularly list and sell vintage baseball, we have this Yankees team checklist card here, and this is from 1978, and it sold for $4.99. Started listing more Garbage Pail Kids, and lo and behold, when you list, things sell. So I've got this sale here, this James Gone, kind of a play on James Bond there, and this sold for $2.99. It is an insert card called Gross Adaptations from the Bookworm set. A pretty cool sticker. Again, sold for $2.99. Got another Ren and Stimpy sale here. These always seem to go in waves. This is this No Sir, I Don't Like It, Mr. Horse sticker card. So there's three parallels. There's actually four. There's the sticker. No, three. There's the sticker, the circles. No, there is four. The sticker, the circles, the prism, like the lasers, and the splatter pattern. So this is the actual sticker, which has kind of a celestial, whole bit of a background to it. Anyway, this sold for $2.50. Sold some Lord of the Rings etch cards from Topps. Pretty cool looking. They don't sell very well. The only reason I got these is because I was buying a lot of the stained glass Lord of the Rings inserts, and this was part of it. So I was happy to get what I got for these. They've been around for a little while, since March, and they sold for $3 a piece, so $9 for all three. So we've got this one here with Gimli, this one here with Aragorn, and then this one here with Pippin, and I can't remember the other guy's name, and Smeagol. So $9 for the three of them. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. Just got a few left. We'll go through these last few orders, and then I'll go pull the rest of the cards and get those shipped. And a 1979 Aliens base card sold here, and this sold for $1.99. Sold a 2019-20 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Prism base for $2.99. Got another Hollywood Starline card here. This is the Bee Gees, and it sold for $2.69. A 1991 Upper Deck Ricky Henderson, I think it's 91, 92, so excuse me, Ricky Henderson, after he stole the record-breaking base here. Pretty cool card, sold for $1.99. Sold two My Little Ponies orders to a regular My Little Pony buyer of mine, and I just listed some ponies, so I'm guessing that pushed me out there too. But it's these four here, this is Filthy Rich, Princess Luna and Celestia, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash, and those sold for $17.96. And then these two, which is Rarity and Princess Twilight Sparkle, and those sold for $6.98. Had a bunch of these for a while and they never sold, and of course I sold one, and now they're all getting sold. It's this 1993 Wildcard Chrome base Brett Favre card, and I sold this one for $1.98. Got a basketball sale here, 1921-22 Optic Mitchell Robinson, sold for $1.99. Sold a 1965 Philadelphia Pettis Norman, and that sold for $2.69. Got a Collector's Edge Fury Tim Couch rookie, the gold ingot parallel with the nice foil and stuff on it, and this sold for $1.79. And the last order for shipment I'm going to share in this video is a sweet Titanic promo card. Titanic collector cards, promo 3, you can see there. I don't know if they ever made the actual set, but I know there's Titanic collectors out there, so I picked this up a while ago, and I sold this for $3.50. That's it for now, and remember, you can't sell what you don't list. We'll see you again soon.